Hello, my name is Keshwani. It's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for the GMAT. We have been solving GMAT math problems out of this book here, GMAT Review, the official guide, the 13th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 279. Today is our lesson number 62. Let's turn to page number 279. I suppose I should do just as well. Page 279, and the problem that we are about to solve is number 48. It says that if x is between a and b, x is more than a but less than b, and if y is between c and d, the question simply is x less than y? That's all they're looking to see. In the first statement, they tell us that a is less than c. A is less than c. Let's think about it for a second. A and c are the lower bounds. Simply knowing that this lower bound of a, simply knowing that the lower bound of x is less than the lower bound of c, that in itself does not necessarily tell us anything at all whether x is less than y. X could very well be more than y. It is quite possible that the lower bound of this one, let's say this is negative 20 and this is 0, and x would still be 100 and this guy could still be 1. Or the other way around, x could be 1 and this guy could be 100. We can't really tell if x is less than y just because we are told that the lower bound of x is less than the lower bound of y. We can't really tell. It's not possible. The first statement is not enough. A, D, B, C, E. Since the first statement is not enough by itself, answer cannot be A, nor can it be D. Let's look at second statement. Second statement tells us that B is less than C. Now we are talking, you see, B is less than C. B is the upper bound of x. So now they are telling us that the upper limit of x, upper limit of x is less than the lower limit of y. Well, now that is a helpful information, because what they're telling us is this. What they're telling us here, since b is the upper limit, let's erase all of this thing, we don't need any of this. Since b is the upper limit, b is the highest that x can be, assuming that they were equal sign, which is not, but let's just take some liberties. The highest that b can be, highest that x can be, which is the upper limit of x, the highest that x can be is still less than the lowest that y can be. The lowest value that y can assume, it is still, we are told, is bigger than the highest value that x can assume. So therefore x is less than y. Can we answer this question now? Is x less than y? The answer would be yes. The second statement by itself is enough. The answer is B. The answer is B. Let's do one more, shall we? Let's do the next one. Number 49. Number 49, they are simply asking us, in number 49, they're asking us how many are directors of both companies? How many are directors of both companies? Well, let's see. What do they tell us? In the first statement, they tell us that 17s were present and no one was absent. So what they're telling us is that since there were 17 people present at the meeting and nobody was absent, that tells us that there are altogether 17 directors. But that's not our concern. Our concern is not how many total directors are there. Our concern is how many of the directors belong to both the companies. We cannot tell here just because 17 people were present and we are told that no one is absent. We do not know. I'm going to show you two extreme scenarios here. With the Venn diagram, it will be easier. It is quite possible that the 17 people that are present, what do they call it, company K and company something else? Not that it matters. Number 49. Company K and company R. So here's your K and here's your R. It is quite possible that 17 people were present altogether, and there are 17 directors in company K and there are 17 directors in company R. If there are 17 directors in company K and there are 17 directors in company R, and we are told that when we had a meeting of all the directors of both the companies, 17 people showed up and that was all there was, well, that means all 17 of them belong to all 17 of them are directors of both company R and K. That's one extreme. It is also possible that we may have situations where there is no overlap. Here is your company K, here is your company R, and there is no overlap. And maybe there are 10 over here and 7 over there. This does not tell us how many directors belong to both companies. It's not enough. The first statement is not enough. A, D, B, C, E. Since the first statement by itself does not tell us how many of them are directors of both companies, since the first statement does not have sufficient information, answer cannot be A, nor can it be D. Let's look at second statement. In the second statement, they tell us that company K has 12 directors and company R has 8 directors. Again, knowing that company K has so many directors and company R has so many directors does not tell us how many of them are directors of both companies. This by itself is no good. This by itself does not do the job. Answer cannot be B. But if you were to put them together, 1 and 2 together, now we get somewhere. There are 12 directors in company K, there are 8 directors in company R, altogether 20, but we were told that when we had a meeting of all the directors, only 17 showed up and nobody was absent. That means 17 is the total. If 17 is the total and this adds up to 20, there must be 3 people who are representing both company K and company R. So this is how it's going to look like in Venn diagram. The second statement tells us this 12 and 8. So this is what it is. Here's your company K, here's your company R, and we are told that there are 12 in company K and 8 in R. This is from the second statement. Now I'm going to introduce the first statement. The first statement tells us there are altogether total of 17. This is 8, which means there are 3 people who are double counted. They are double counted because they represent both companies. So that 3 goes in the common area right here. This 8 becomes 5 and this 12 becomes 9. In other words, there are 9 people who represent only the company K. There are 9 people who are directors of only company K. There are 5 people who are directors of only the company R. And there are 3 people who represent both companies. That's your overlapping area. That's your intersection. So putting them together actually does the job, because we just answered the questions. How many of them are directors of both companies? The answer is 3. Yeah, therefore, answer choice C is the answer, because C tells us that we need information from both statement 1 and statement 2. Let's see, what's the next one? Number 50. Oh, that was number 49. Let's leave number 50 for tomorrow, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.